And here's the first tower.
It's like broke, flat earthers, woke, cylinder earthers.
But have you considered long Earth?
Ooh, long earth. You're clearly at another level.
So this is what Gramps was calling a tower. I'm getting excited here. Chuckles. I'm in danger.
If you get excited. Hi.
Hey, Mr. Castleface, how you doing? Hey you, don't spook me like that. I am the Guardian. What business have you here?
I like that it's called Face on Gate.
The people of the village have been frozen. What do I have to do? Tell me. Then step forth into the tower. It would have been worse if he said, come inside me.
Would have been way worse.
Within wonder countless souls of living things. Reach the uppermost floor and gain the power to control the world. Will you test your fate? Well, sure. I mean, they're playing the game. We might as well. So this will be our very first dungeon. You thought that weapon you picked up was equipped? No. You gotta equip it first. There you go. And we have a few good moves. If you just press, I guess it's B that I'm pressing, I'm not entirely sure. It's B on my controller. You can do...
Just press the stab.
If you press the attack button like normally, you just get a nice little stab. If you mash it, you get a flurry of stabs, which does less damage but more hits. If you run and attack, you do like a charging attack. And if you jump, you do a spinny attack. And if you run and jump, you do a supercharge. This attack does the most damage and is also the most likely to do a critical. And that poor ball buster just got blown the fuck out.
That little thing didn't even know what the fuck hit it.
Welcome to Tower 1. If you're expecting brain-blasting puzzles, you're wrong. But that's fine, because you're not really supposed to get something like that yet. Hey, that looks neat. It's a magic rock. Like I've said, magic rocks are used to create magic rings, which lets you shoot magic. You'd never really have any reason to get those, though.
Aww.
I mean, if you want to, go ahead. It does do damage, that's about it. But I find that aiming the things is kinda difficult and usually inconvenient. Plus, there are no puzzles in the game that require the use of these rings. Thank fuck. Because some of them can only be aimed in a very specific direction, so if you tried to do them on puzzles, you'd be kinda fucked. Ouch.
What was that?
It was a status effect, actually.
What was that? Who's talking there?
I'll just reload the area, because this bastard enemy was in the way. I wanted to kill him first and then talk to him. Some enemies in these towers drop what looks like a soul that you can talk to.
That's creepy.
They give you hints on how to proceed through the game. There you go.
Still creepy.
And here's that status effect again. Basically, you just get stunned for a few seconds and you're unable to do anything about it. Hey, level up!
Did you just go Super Saiyan?
For a brief moment. Hell yeah, level 2. I am a wandering soul. Living things have been transformed into monsters. Like you have saved me, save the others. Okay. Very useful hint, I know.
I don't really think you need the hints at this stage of the game.
Probably
It's very
not.
much just kill the things.
Probably not, but considering that they don't show up later on, some of the hints they provide can be useful. Also, rescuing one of these souls unlocked the way forward, so it is important to go around killing the monsters. It's not like in Zelda games where you can ignore most of the enemies and still go through just fine. Killing monsters in dungeons is as important as the puzzles of the dungeons. Plus, you want that experience.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hell yeah, boy.
Oh, these are big... That's a bit of an escalation, isn't it?
That's a big boy.
Like, we've gone from, like, killing, like, little turtle slime things into these. That's an escalation.
Shit. Don't worry if you die, though. You don't actually lose progress. However, there is one penalty.
What's the penalty? You lose money?
You get thrown back to the last place you saved at.
Oh, damn it.
Now, the good thing about this is that it doesn't matter...
Wait, is that pot still boiling?
Yes.
I think that pot was still boiling at that poor woman's home.
It is still boiling. Now, the good thing is, despite the fact that you get thrown all the way back to the last point you saved at, you don't lose any progress whatsoever. So you could potentially play through like half of the game, get thrown all the way back to the start, and you still have all the progress you did.
That's pretty damn good.
So,
especially for its time.
So really, the only inconvenience here is keeping track of when you last saved and where. I like that. Of course, you would prefer
like
not
to
to die.
Points? Yes.
The best way to avoid dying is not to get hit.
So dodging becomes the name of the game.
In a way, yes, but certain attack moves allow you to dodge attacks and go through enemies, specifically the charge attack. This is important to remember because some bosses will actually take advantage of this.
Well, you got something out of it.
Yep, money.
Oh damn, 20 bucks.
If you want to fuck this guy up, just get him up close to a wall and just spam the attack. It might be easier to do it from a different angle though.
Maybe.
Oh well,
He seems to have a hell of a reach.
Well, he is holding a lance while I'm using a spear.
Making good point. I really worry about that pot. Can you not like do something about it? Also, why is it green?
Why not? The pot represents
sure.
Grove Street. Grove Street, oh jeez. Gotta be honest though, this cylinder world tripped me up pretty good the first time I saw it. Much like the story so far, I mean, when I was at this point, my mind was fuzzy. I wasn't really getting much of what was going on. And that's why I do recommend going through this by yourself the very first time. Because it's part of the experience when you don't understand what the fuck's going on, but you're learning along with the character. I think the story is pretty well woven into the gameplay and it works the way it is, even with the strange mistranslations. Let me try a different angle. From this angle, this guy apparently cannot hit you. And you can just keep going like this. And now, when he gets trapped to the wall, you can just spam the attacks. There you go. That was easy.
Yeah, it very much did seem to me like their horizontal range was far lesser than their vertical range. My guess is their hitbox is a bit too specific, so they're actually aiming above the tiles where you're trying to be, where you're being and hitting them.
Seems like it, yeah. Oh, hello. Your strength is being tested. Fighting alone is not strength. Observation is the solution.
Do you have any other slogans for, like, Hot Topic? Dude, what was that? It was like fucking fortune cookies. Observation is the real strength.
It's a bit too early for E-cards.
Thank you, Mr. Miyagi. Fucking hell.
In the immortal words of Miyagi, backs on, backs off. Hey, loot.
In the immortal words of Inspirobot. Fucking hell.
Hey, this is
and
different.
another healing item.
This is very different. Yes. Observation is
You
the
can jump out of the
solution.
Oh, nice.
That was easy. Alright, now we're at the next floor of this tower. We'll be picking up a lot of magic rock along the way and not doing a damn thing about it. But I suppose we could show off the rings whenever they show up just to see what they do. Nice, another level up. Stat system here is a little odd in that it doesn't work, well, linearly. But despite the fact that you only got like 1 point of strength or defense, you did manage to get a substantial improvement to your stats. From what I've seen myself, 1 extra point in strength can mean the difference between doing 4 points of damage to 14 points of damage.
It's pretty damn good.
So it is important to level up whenever you get the chance. Of course.
So like if you were to just stay around here and grind those statues, which I just got told by this guide you gave me, are called living rocks, would you be able to get pretty far in the levels, or do they just get severely diminishing returns?
As far as I know, they don't give you less XP over time, but you do have increasingly greater requirements. So it still becomes kind of pointless to grind them too much. However, I do find that for the most part, grinding in this game is not a necessity at all. I've had a pretty easy time without the grinding, with the exception of a couple of bosses. Also, you may notice that my life is regenerating.
Nice. Thank God for that.
Don't get used to it.
Oh.
Hello, mysterious
Dark Fact, is that you?
No. Stop! You have done well to reach here. The monsters you felled, they are people's souls transformed.
Way to make me feel guilty.
Not really, I mean we freed the souls, technically. I guess. Maybe. Upon overcoming this challenge, they will regain their forms. So saying, Guardian held aloft a hand. A hand? Oh no, the boss fight is balls! But these are tough
like
balls. It's nothing.
No, the joke's too easy. The joke's too easy.
That's it. Guardian's voice echoed. I want to get my nickel. Earth is trying to revive the breath of life. Land is on the verge of resurrection. That door leads to the space for land's control. You may enter.
Ooh.
What are they talking about? I don't know, but get ready for some trippy shit.
I'm always ready for trippy shit. What the fuck?
Nice. What the fuck is
Sure,
going
why
on?
not?
What's happening? Why are we here? Nice. A globe. It spins very quickly, but it seems to be entirely blue. Well, I don't think there's any like difference on the globe itself, but there is a difference on your map. There are no continents right now. It's an entirely ocean world, our good old fictional Earth, and the towers represent the continents which we are rebuilding. It may be difficult to recognize. It may be difficult to recognize some of the continents that we see here, but don't worry, the game will let you know what you revived.
I have many questions. The main one being,
How did
they said there were
they
5
compress these
towers.
images?
That too. The main one being, they said there were 5 towers.
Yep.
There's 7 continents.
Some are less important than others. I love this bit. On this day, Eurasia was resurrected.
I was about to say, that looks like Asia into the Middle Eastern sections. And the Weaver family.
That's how we got
released.
around to having 2 continents. We just fused them together.
I was gonna say, what on earth are they doing? Also, what is that mother like? She just constantly looks like she's screaming in horror. That's
Maybe she was, considering she was in a frozen state of pseudo-death.
I mean, you're not wrong there.
You know, it's kind of interesting now that I look at it. This whole world is just like an ice world with lava moats and everything, but the village is nice and green. Wonder what's that all about?
Magic.
Anyway, here's the second tower. You don't really have to go back to the village if you don't want to. Let me see. As much as I like this inventory screen, I wish it was a little easier to navigate it. Or at least a little faster. There we go. I'm gonna eat this bulb. Delicious. Finally, some good fucking food. I wonder if I picked up that nickel before I went into this strange door. I already forgot.
I love that image. You did.
Oh, okay.
I love that image of the Tim being toasted. It just looks so fucking Looney Tunes.
Thoroughly gems. Hey.
Ooh, money.
Pay heed to the statues and the color of the jewel in the forehead.
It's blue.
Your cat wants to join the commentary as well, I hear.
That's not my cat.
No? What is that sound?
That is a bird.
That's a bird?
That's a bird.
That sounded like a cat to me.
Yeah, Amber was making the same mistake when we were talking earlier. She's just like, what? Is your cat around? I was like, no, that's a bird.
You may notice that most of these statues here have green gems, but there are some with red gems. Don't overthink this puzzle too hard, it's not that complicated, just push this.
Sure, why not?
You may be tempted
Yeah, everybody's been making the same mistake recently because that one bird does sound like my cat.
You may be tempted to think, oh, maybe I should throw some fire pots, because you can pick up these fire pots. And it looks like, at least on some of the statues, that you could throw something into the tops. No, you're overthinking stuff, that's all.
No, it's just Chuck Testa.
These
It's
wizards can go fuck themselves.
They just look like Wizroads from Zelda.
Yeah, but they have this very annoying feature about them. They can paralyze you.
Yeah, that'd be annoying.
That seems to be it around here. Unless I'm missing something?
Is there you... That thing looks like a pedestal you have to put something on.
Well, I don't have a way to get on this side. So I need to go home.
Well, there's that thing in the north section that looks like a pedestal you've got to put something on. What do you have to do there?
Oh, that was a switch. I already pushed it.
Ah, okay.
You push in the red bit, not the whole block. So that can confuse most people a little bit.
Confusing me.
The puzzles and the environments can be a little tricky to navigate through because of how they look. I'll give it this. When they try to hide something, they definitely do a good job of hiding it. Ow. There we go again.
I'm never not gonna laugh at it, it's just so stupid.
Switches that glow gold. What changes do they bring? I'm pretty sure they meant switches that glow red because there are no golden switches. But there you go. We push both buttons and that door down there opens up. Which means it would have been a better idea to go to the right first instead of left. For the avid readers of Kotaku, for some fucking reason, you may recognize this game actually, because they had an article about it. A sexy look! Oh no! He cast a sexy look!
What?
Yeah, that's how they paralyze you. They cast a look on you.
They just give you the seductive boob lady look, and it's just like, want some of these, sailor?
Well, that's like their that's their super paralyzation spell. Usually, the normal one is just casting a look.
It's like fucking oh, what the hell is its name? It's Witch Blair from Soul Eater. Like every time that she tried to do anything, it just resulted in people just spewing blood and being paralyzed because, you know, anime.
So yeah, as you can see, these statues
have one red.
These statues here have some space at the top, and that's when I thought, oh, throw pots into the opening. No, just push. That's silly thinking, throwing things into openings. What do you think this is, a Zelda game? Don't be ridiculous.
Thing is, I've been playing Breath of the Wild recently, and it's fucking great. Still doesn't eclipse Twilight Princess and Wind Waker as my favorite Zeldas, but it is good.
God damn it.
God fucking damn it, you toasting asshole.
Stay frosty. This should do it. Do something or other. Oh, wait, I see something over there. What could it be? A walkway.
It is a bridge.
The bridge?
A bridge to the way for. Fuck off.
The bridge is
How
out.
many goddamn statues? There's one.
Magic rock. I'm making a coffee table out of these. Alright, that was easy. Like the soul said, observation is the solution.
Observation is the ultimate power.
AKA, use your fucking eyeballs. What about if I throw it now? Hell yeah, it worked.
Nice.
You have done well to get here.
Hoo.
It's just one letter away from being a Brazilian. So it shall be. Enter. No boss fight this time around.
No challenge this time?
Hey, that door didn't lead anywhere. What the hell?
Hello.
Let us revive a continent. I like
what the fuck is that constellation in the background? It looks like a guy trying to fuck a horse.
I think that's supposed to be Sagittarius.
I think it is, but it doesn't look that way. Does it look like the horse is trying to face him as well?
It looks to me like he has star nipples.
I mean, he does.
So
what continent have we found now? South America.
You know, the first time I saw this, I thought, oh, Africa? No, wait a minute, the shape is a little odd.
Yeah, that's what I thought they'd do as well, because Africa's pretty much connected to the Eurasian continent. So I'm like, surely they do Africa. No.
Lightning. This is a very weird thing to show for South America. But it isn't inaccurate. They do have that lake where it's always thundering. I just forget what it's called again. And I think this is supposed to be the Amazon River?
I think so.
Only notice
That's
that it's kind of
mountain.
bleak.
Bleak in the other one as well.
The bleak environments here are not just because they didn't feel like adding some grass and stuff. This is important. And so the chicken club
can't wait to see
sandwich
what
was
Australia looks
resurrected.
Hello, chicken thigh.
On this day, South America was resurrected.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious.
They make this whole
What are you two?
resurrection thing so majestic and grand. I love it.
It honestly is very impressive.
Not too sure how they
don't
feel
remember
about the
either of those
revival
people.
of some people here. It's like, I don't really care about them.